And welcome back to Celebrity Boxing. It's the Showdown in DC President's Day. And we want to interrupt this program to let you know there has been a change in the main event for tonight. We will have the co-main event, but the main event now will be President Donald Trump versus President Joe Biden. That will be the featured main event. Why? Because by special request and because President Lincoln and President George Washington just wouldn't be fitting to have a boxing match on President's Day, we bring you by request Russian President Vladimir Putin against Ukraine President Mr. Zelensky. So it'll be Zelensky versus Putin in the co-main event. This is for 8 rounds. These are two men who don't like each other, and these are two men who's going to put all of their armies aside, and they're going to battle it out in the squared circle. 4 dice boxing, celebrity edition, 4 dice. 8 rounds, full fight, we're ready to go. We've already done the tail of the tape. Zelensky, both are tier 1, but Zelensky has a 26-point advantage spread out over. That means Zelensky is going to have a 4-point advantage in rounds 1 to 2, and then a 3-point advantage the rest of the fight over Putin. Here we go. Let's get started. Well, we got to first, let's get our scorecard taken care of. V-ZELENSKY. Okay. Vladimir Putin. This should be an interesting fight. Zelensky will have a 4-point advantage, and as you can see from our earlier fights, this is significant. It can be, at least. Especially if he scores big on the dice rolls. Because that's where you build up the fight, and it's hard to overcome and overtake an opponent on rounds. Now, when you look at the knockout percentage, Zelensky has a 49% knockout rating, whereas Putin has a 59%. So that's where if Zelensky is knocked down in this fight, Putin is going to have a greater chance to knock him out based on what we've seen previously in our previous fights earlier today, where those fighters had a lower knockout rating. So Putin's going to be looking at the probably column 2 of the knockouts. So we're ready to go. So Zelensky will start with a 4-point advantage over Vladimir Putin. Both are tier 1 fighters. Both, of course, are powerful presidents in their respective right. Here we go. So we got a 2, 3, 4, 5. So automatically it is the sequence, and Zelensky's going to go for an event. As we look at that 6, 8, and 6 is 14 plus the event. Let's see what happens early in this one. Of course, Zelensky wants the advantage over Putin because in a real fight, they have been on the defensive. Not this time. Not in the squared circle. He's going right after him. And we've got a foul. Oh, does that surprise you? A foul chart. Let's go to the foul and see what happens. Roll a 6. Low blow. -5. That is a low blow. Wow, that's going to cost Zelensky his advantage. So 14 points plus the 4 is 18. 18 minus 5 puts him at 13. And that is a low blow foul. That is very interesting. Way to start for Zelensky. But you can understand it, though. I mean, he's had to endure a lot with his country. Low blow, though, that's a -5. And that is on. Remember, in celebrity boxing in 4 nights, 2 fouls, and it's an automatic disqualification. Now here's Putin, a chance to take the round. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets the sequence. So Putin comes back with a round of his own. 3, 6, and 4 is 10. It's not going to win by way of points unless he can get something here on the sequence, which he will get an event. We'll roll again. It's a 3. We've got a cut chart. We've got a cut. Let's see what happens. 1 to 6. 2 is the cut. Gash over the left eye. There will be a TKO check. Gash over the eye. Okay, so Putin does some damage. And that we said was his left eye. So Putin will get 5 extra points for the cut. And let's see what's going to happen here. Lots happening in round number 1. Okay, let's look and see if there's going to be a TKO first of all. What I can tell you is this. There will be an additional 5 points given to Vladimir Putin on the cut. Now let's look at the TKO to see if we have a TKO. Roll a 7, no TKO on the first check. Multiple checks, of course, the chances go up. So Putin lands and gets 5 more points. That gives him 15, so he comes back to win the round by doing that. Good effort by Vladimir Putin. And now let's see if he's going to get it or Judge Brown's going to steal it from him. 6, it will be a steal. I'm almost positive. Let's double check our judging. 6, no. No is not a reversal. 2 to 5 and 12. So Putin will maintain that. And by the way, I'm sorry, because of the cut, that's a 2-point round. So it's a 10-8 round both ways. And by the way, despite that, since it was a cut, we don't have to look to see if Judge Brown, he's not reversing his decision on knockdowns, cuts, or anything like it. It's a 2-point round for Vladimir Putin, who now will take advantage and roll first in round 2. Putin gets 10, 15, 17 points. Another big round for Vladimir Putin. I think he's trying to show the world his might, because Russia's certainly not doing it by way of the gunfighting. 10, 16, 18. So Zelensky gets 18 plus the 4 is 22. So Zelensky comes back and wins the round. And again, we won't have a check because it's more than 5. Actually, it is 5. So let's say maybe Judge Brown will go. No, he won't. So it goes to Zelensky. 22-17. 10-9 on the scorecard. So we head to round 3. So let's see. Zelensky, close fight right now. Seems like it's around a piece. And we've got 8. 8 and 6 is 14 for Zelensky. 14. Now a 3-point advantage the rest of the way. So 8 and 6 is 14 plus the 3, 17. Not a bad round. Putin can definitely take it, but he won't there. Nothing serious. 11 and 6 is 17. We've got a tie. Now, in the event of a tie, Judge Brown will just go with it and give it as a tie. So we got a tie, 10-10 tie all the way around. Judge Brown is not that controversial. So it makes it even as we head into round 4. We got a good fight here. As expected, a co-main event. A surprise. Didn't mean to surprise everyone, but we had some interest and some comments from all of you in Facebook land. They wanted to see this fight, and they just thought a Lincoln-Washington fight on President's Day was not appropriate. And I tend to agree. Here we go. So it's a tie. The advantage, though, stays with Zelensky because he won the previous round before the tie. And we've got 3, 3, that's 6, and 4 is 10, 15, plus the advantage, 18 now for Zelensky. Putin, meanwhile, does a 1, 2, 2, 5. That's 4, that's 5, that's 10. Won't be enough, and it won't be enough to overturn the decision. So 18 to 10. That round goes to Zelensky. Let's go to round number 5. Again, scheduled for 8. The main event upcoming. Donald Trump against Joe Biden. Zelensky now. 4. He's got the triple twos. Triple twos is 6 plus 4 is 10. That's 13. So it's going to be on the 2 column. It's going to be a 4 on the special events. Let's see what 4 is. 4 is a knockdown, and we have a knockdown. Vladimir Putin is knocked down. Now, Zelensky, his percentage is 49%, not that high. But it is high enough to land a knockdown. And let's see what we got here. 6. Knockdown 8. So it's a count of 8. So Vladimir Putin is knocked down for a count of 8. And that's going to score 10. Let's see what happens. Let's see if there's another knockdown. Remember, sequence or doubles. 12, there's doubles. There's another knockdown. We have another knockdown in the fight. Vladimir Putin goes down for a second time. They're going to roll the dice, see what happens. Count of 7. Slip, no knockdown. So that will stop it. No knockdown. It'll count as 1. And it will be an automatic TKO check the next round, if memory serves me correctly. Yes. Any knockdown leads to a TKO check at the beginning of the next round. But again, remember, because of the knockdown, Vladimir Putin will lose. It'll go 10 points more for Zelensky with the knockdown. So let's give him another 10. So Zelensky with a big round. 23. Putin, let's see how he counters after the knockdown and slip. 4, 4. There's double. Double. That's now a chance in an event. 8 and 10. So Putin counters him with an event of his own. And this match is serving up just as we thought it might. With the double. All right, so let's go and see here. Where are we at here? Double. Let's look. Double sequence. Now, double sequence does not guarantee that you're going to get something. 2 to 6, 11, and 12 will. 3, it does. So we get it. Let's see what it is. It's a 5. And for Vladimir Putin, we've got another cut. So that could be an issue. So here we go, the cut. 3. Gash over the right eye. TKO check. Gash over the right eye. Gash over the right eye. Gash over the right eye. Let's see. Here we go. Cut right eye. Gash right eye. Gash right eye. TKO check for sure. Let's see what that does. But Putin, he's endured. He's been in a war as we expect he would be. Let's see. This will be TKO check number 2. Number 2 for Zelensky. Here we go. 2 to 12. 8, no. no TKO. No TKO. Okay, so that's good news. But we're going to check that since there's been more than 2 cuts. If more than 2 cuts, then you have to check at the beginning of the next round, but we won't here. So we do have a cut. Again, that's going to be another 5-point addition for Putin. He will not win the round, but he stays close. So it goes 23-15. And because we have a cut and we have a knockdown, that's going to even out. So there is no 10-8 round. It's just straight 23-15. 23-15 in favor of Zelensky. Zelensky then wins the round 10-9. It will not be 10-8. So it goes 10-9. As we go to round 6. Now we're not going to check for our TKO. We'll do that if there's another cut. We just check there right after the cut. And the referee says no, let him fight on. So here we go. Zelensky with a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus his 3-point advantage. It only gives him 14, so there's a chance for Putin to get back in the fight. And he gets 14, 10, 12, 13. I'm sorry, 13. So you will not get it. 14-13 on that round. All right. But Judge Brown could come in here and change it. Let's see if he does. 5, he will. So he gives that round to Vladimir Putin and not Zelensky as we head to round 7 of this scheduled 8-round bout. Zelensky, though, still has the advantage. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. That plus is 3, so it's just a 13. So it seems like he's simmered down a bit, maybe tiring a bit, as Putin gets a chance to come back. He's got the triple 4s. That's 12. That's 14. So Putin now with the triple 3s, and he will go to the card. Putin will go to the card because he gets the triple 3s. All right. So that's 4 plus the 2. So it's going to go under the foul chart. We're going back to the fouls again. Somebody's causing some issue. As we get to the foul chart, there it is. And this is likely against Vladimir Putin. And it is a headbutt. We've got a headbutt. Let's see if it's intentional or accidental. 7. It is intentional. -2 points. -2 points. So we have an intentional headbutt that goes -2 against Putin. He'll lose 2 points for the round. Incidental headbutt. -2. That is not going to help his cause. Not by any means. As he wanted to get into this fight. I know he wants to imply punishment to Zelensky, but I think you want to win the fight. That's the operative key. Now, this could be stopped. We're going to have to see as we go to the headbutt chart now. Let's see. Headbutts in match. Fight is stopped. You go to the scorecards by midway point, and we are there. Otherwise, the boxer who caused the second headbutt is the loser, but this is just the first. So let's check the headbutt and see what happens. 2-12 and 7. The bout continues. It's a 3. The bout will continue. -2 points to the injured boxer for 2 rounds. -2 round points to the injured boxer. Whoa. So both fighters sustain a -2. So Zelensky's hurt with the headbutt. So he'll lose 2 points. He'll lose 2. That's another injury. They said, though, the bout continues. I'm surprised they didn't stop it. Zelensky's just a bloody mess. Sorry to say, but he'll lose 2. So he loses 2. He goes to 11 now because he loses 2 points that round. and he's going to lose 2, so he's going to lose his advantage in the final round. So it's 11-12. So Putin gets the round 11-12, and if you look here, again, it's incidental, but you can't say it was an injury that he sustained by legal way, so you can't really blame him. So it's just going to be a straight round. So Putin wins the round, but doesn't win it by a 10-8 count. He'll take it by a 10-9 count. And let's see what Judge Brown scores it. Is he going to reverse it? 4, he will. So he's giving that round to Zelensky. He probably felt bad for him. And that is a controversial round number 7, if we ever did see one. So the headbutt goes Putin, incidentally headbutts Zelensky, causing a -2. The referee takes 2-point deduction off of Zelensky, off of Putin, I should say. But yet Zelensky, because of the injury of his eyes in bad shape, it further injured him. He loses 2 points in the next 2 rounds. Wow, that's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out. And here we go, and that's why Judge Brown went the other way and gave the round to Zelensky. Here we go, 8th and final round. Zelensky with just a 1-point advantage this round, and it will be Putin that starts. Putin, 4, 6, 8, 9. Poor round. Poor way to finish for Vladimir Putin. Could he have been that disgusted, or did the headbutt cause him a little grief? We don't know. Zelensky hoping to finish strong. And it looks like he will. 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus the 1-point advantage is 13. So 13-9. 13-9 in the 8th round. That's going to be enough to win at least 2 judges' scores. Okay. And it's within the 5, so let's see if Judge Brown's going to change this. 8, he will not. He's going to give it to Zelensky, and he's been pro-Zelensky all the way. And we have heard that he's not from the Ukraine, even though some people argued he might have relatives there, but that's not the case. Let's go to the judges' scoring. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Brown scores about 131, 108 in favor of Zelensky. Judge White sees about 77, 76 for Zelensky. And Judge Brown sees the fight 77, 75 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, V-ZELENSKY. So the Ukrainian president defeats Vladimir Putin by a unanimous decision, despite the fact he was a bloody mess. And the fact that what really did help him was at round 5. What a vicious round. He knocked him down once. Putin then slipped, but it was Putin who got back at him with a gash over the right eye. So in the end, Vladimir Putin loses to Ukrainian President Zelensky.